Hello and welcome to Today Leaders on Vanguard Live. My name is Dablola Ogunshaki and we'll begin straight with the front pages of the daily, starting with Vanguard. Vanguard is leading with federal government, Labour agree on how to crash transport fares and food prices. Tragedy in Jigawa petrol tanker explosions kills 147. You can see these stories on pages 5 and 7. And here there's a picture right that says the managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, paid a courtesy visit to the First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu in her office of the State House Abuja as part of effort to consolidate discussions on various collaborations between NDDC and the Renewed Hope Initiative (RHI), ranging from healthcare, education, youth and women empowerment. Here, the First Lady Senator Tinubu welcomes Dr. Obuku at the State House Abuja. And the further story below showing Ondo State Governor Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa, President National Union of Local Government Employees (NUJ), Comrade Akim, and the State NUJ President, Comrade Frederick, Special Advisor to the Governor on Union Matters, Comrade Bola Taiwo, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Prince Shegun, and others during the presentation of an award of excellence and open endorsement of the governor ahead of the November 16 governorship election by the association held at the International Culture and Event Center, the Dome, in Akure yesterday. That's all we have on the front page of Vanguard. Away from there, we move to The Nation. The Nation this morning is leading with federal government offers 10 billion naira CAM loan to facilitate CNG conversion. Plan captures credit for alternate energy. 3,000 CNG tricycles begin operation in Lagos. Imo government unveils a 5 million cubic feet gas project. You can see that story on page 2. And still on page 200, Jigawa tanker explosion, victims buried. Tinubu, governor, others mourn horrific tragedy. Above the banner on page 4, Labour leaders, federal government meet in continuous engagement. Minimum wage, Lagos fixes 85,000 naira, Delta 77,000 naira. You can see that on page 3. Edo governor-elect raises the alarm over looting of government funds and assets. Oil magnate sues EFCC for unlawfully declaring him wanted. You can see that on page 6. And lastly on The Nation, Ondo 2024, I will deliver more projects, says Ayedatiwa. Makinde run calling for Rex removal. Governor spent 2.4 billion naira on meaningless project. And NUJ endorses Governor Senator Wood's voters. You can see more of that on page 5 of The Nation. Away from there, we move to The Guardian. The Guardian is leading with opposition in disarray as internal crises battle PDP, Labour Party and NNPP. That can be seen on page 6. On page 3, reverted petrol price reps tell presidency. You need consistent policies to attract foreign capital, JP Morgan tells Nigeria. 40 CSOs seek dismissal of governor's suit against AFCC. Rivers lawmakers faction insists INEC must conduct by-election. Nigeria lost 855,629 MT of crops to flooding in 2024, says FAO. And lastly, on The Guardian newspaper, Senate probes impeachment rumor as presidency declares no leadership vacuum. You can see that on page 46 of The Guardian newspaper. And The Punch this morning is leading with fuel price hike. Reps warn of unrest as federal government, Labour meeting deadlocked. Government plans fresh meeting with union leaders as reps demand petrol price review. And here there are 3 photo stories, 2 in Jigawa, 1 in Lagos Ibadan Expressway. The rider says tears as Jigawa buries 153 tanker explosion victims. Trucks burnt in Ogun. You can see these stories on pages 5 and 27. Ogun communities residents relocate as flood water rises. That can be seen on pages 4 and 5. Naira weakens to 1,705 to $1 at parallel market. 25% of development levy for student loan. That's according to federal government. Above the banner, Nigeria's high interest rates will stay for long. That's coming from World Bank. PDP may postpone NEC meeting. Governors plot Damagum's exits. CBN SEC sanction 10 banks for forex violations. You can see these stories on page 36 and 2. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper, NNPC still sold Dangote petrol buyer. That's according to the marketers. And that's all we have on the front pages of some of the dailies this morning. Join us after the break as our guest. We're analyzing some of the stories. Welcome back. If you are just joining me, this is Today in the News of Vanguard Life. My name is Damola Ogushaki. Joining me to analyze the front pages of the dailies this morning is Mr. Oludari Mayowa. He's a publisher of Global Financial Digest. Good morning, Mr. Mayowa.
Good morning, Damola. Thanks for having me today.
All right, let's move straight to some of the stories. And this morning, we are mainly talking about organized labor. The federal government and the organized labor yesterday, they agreed on modalities to crash transport fares and prices of essential commodities, especially foodstuff. And this came on the day that the House of Reps asked the federal government to reverse the recent petrol price hike and take immediate steps to stabilize petrol and cooking gas prices through targeted interventions. What do you think about this?
Thank you very much. My own thought is that laborers are in a very, very tight situation. Because when they were negotiating the 70,000 minimum wage to the federal government, fuel was still at a very low rate. And now that fuel has the price has almost double again, that have put probably what they agree on with the federal government in abeyance. But unfortunately, there is no way they can push the government to top what they have agreed on. So that's why they are in a very tight situation. And I think what the labor should do really is to actually try to get some consensus from the government in terms of getting transportation, in terms of getting some other benefit that will drive government to actually pursue policy that will ensure there is abundance of food in the country, drive food production, ensure that the roads are fixed, in a way to reduce the cost of transporting food from the food base and some of those areas. And probably some of their members could be allowed to work remotely in a way. So these are things I think the labor can do as what they do now. Because government will be adamant I'm not seeing government renegotiating adjustments in the minimum wage they already agree on. So for me, they are in a very tight situation, and the government is in a very tight situation because the government said they have done away with the subsidy. The price will continue to oscillate either up or down, depending on the number one other factor, other variables, in terms of the crude oil price, that of the refining capacity, and all those kind of things. I think that labor should actually emphasize to government to actually wrap up rehabilitation of the government refinery so that probably it will reduce the cost of fuel in the country.
Yeah, but the House of Reps, they called on federal government that they should immediately reverse the hike in the price of petrol and cooking gas, given the current situation in the country. Also, the marketers have also said that the NNPC is still the sole off-taker of premium motor spirits from Dangote Petroleum Refinery, despite the recent directives of federal government that the other oil marketers were free to start loading petrol from the plants.
For asking for the House of Representatives, I think they are like a dog that can bite, can bark, that cannot bite. I have seen some of their solution to the executive have been rejected and nothing come out of it. When government say they are deregulating, they are asking them to reverse the price. What they are asking them to do is see the regulation policy. So they have to make the balance between either we are deregulating or we are still in a control. And I think the National Assembly, they are very serious in what they are saying. They should go with legislation that will amend the PIA in such a way that will allow government intervention. And just give the resolution and government should reverse the price. Under the PIA, government don't fix price any longer, market fix price. So it is left for them, if they are going to show seriously, we don't play to the gallery, to actually enact a law that will amend the PIA in such a manner that will allow government to intervene in the pricing That's how we can have their say in order to going on. Passing the resolution to asking to reverse the price increase is, for me, not going to gel, not going to hold water and detail of it. And also, we are seeing that, like I said earlier, we are seeing the National Assembly passing the resolution and the executive ignore them, and there's no constitutional body. So, for me, I see their pronouncement as a flame to the gallery.
What do you think about NNPCL still, being the sole off-taker of petrol from Dangote refinery, despite the federal government directive?
Again, that for me is an aberration. When talk of regulations, when talk of there's no subsidy and regulation, it should be a free market where people can go and buy with their own production without any intermediary. What government is doing is placing an obstacle on the way. And because if they regulate the market, why can't the Ipman, the Maman, or whatever they are called, can approach their goods directly and negotiate their own pricing and negotiate their own buying? So if NNPC insists on being a sole off-taker, then something is going on somewhere, and there's something that they are not being revealed to us. And the Nigerian and the association and the group should actually pressure the government to actually come out clean. Why do you have a barrier? Because that's a barrier. For example, why should NNPC be the sole off-taker if you say we are deregulating and there's no more subsidy? Unless they are saying there's some level of subsidy still going to the pricing. If that is not the case, then they should allow the free market. The government should be able to be free to sell its product to anybody who wants to buy a free market, free buyer, free seller. That's what we should have seen operating. But I think there is some lacuna around that place. There is no transparency. And there has to be accountability along that line. That's what people should demand from the government, really.
All right, let's move away from that and talk about the political parties. Now, recently, the political parties, they've had their own internal battles, the PDP and also the Labour Party, and that has stated update since the presidential election. And mainly, let's talk about PDP. PDP, it said that their main party's failure started when they refused the zoning, and the former Vice President Atiku, when he came up as the presidential candidate, and the fact that Yosha Ayu refused to step down after Inotana emerged as a presidential candidate, and also the fact that the formation of the G5 group that was led by the former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike and the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, they said it further deepened the crisis in the PDP. And despite because the G5 they insisted on the zoning, but what do you think about this whole issue? And can we blame the opposition party APC for some of the internal wranglings going on in the opposition party?
I think when you understand politics very well, you understand what is going on in the PDP. The PDP has been out of power, it's a national power for how many years now? This is 90 years running. They are out of power. And politics play by power, by money. And the money is in the federal. So if the PDP has of power and the APC is ruling party today, you can be assured that PDP is dead. Because the ruling power will ensure everything possible to stabilize the opposition, to limit their capacity to challenge them, to put them out of the central. And that's what we are seeing happen today. Don't forget that Wike is a very strong force in PDP, and he has already aligned with the ruling party. He's a minister in the APC government. So if you are going to see whatever internal struggle you are seeing in the PDP is caused by two major factors. Number one, they are already out of power. They are lacking oxygen, which is money taken for government to fund the party. Who is very funding the party today? They don't have a source of funding to fund the party of operation. Secondly, it's a game of power. It's strong for power. The APC already planning for 2027, and they will do everything possible to neutralize the opposition, who is the major opposition party. And with the Wike on their side, they will do everything to sabotage internal activity in the PDP. And people will go to battle with the internal struggling even up to 2027. So they don't have the capacity to challenge APC. So you can see the hand of the ruling party in what they all call the PDP. Don't doubt about that one. And because the PDP cannot get their heart together, and as long as I think we see play a major role in PDP, they are going to be internal struggling in that place. and they may not be able to get their heart together to challenge APC wholeheartedly. And you see some people pulling out of, I foresee some people pulling out of PDP to form a Peter political party to challenge APC. Of course, we are still talking about the most. We're able to get the power to support. Who fund? Because political parties depend on funding. And most of political parties in Nigeria are funded by government money. So it is, who is the central person in the PDP today who are able to finance PDP to challenge APC? I think I'm not sure to have that capacity any longer. You know, all of them are out of power, out of patronage, and the rest. So what Nigeria is led to is we are entering the one party state, a one party politics, which is not good for our democracy. But as a third world country, that is where we are heading to.
All right, but do you think the opposition parties like PDP, Labour Party, NNPP, SDP, do you think they can come together to defeat the current administration, the current ruling party?
No, what destroy PDP, what they are here to this ambition for one man, Atiku Abubakar. After 8 years of Buhari in power, the normal thing for them to do concession is that, soon to south to compete. But because of ambition of one person, he said that he need to take on the ticket. That's what they caused all the turnaround. That's why they lost the election in 2023. And same ambition of people will not allow the party to come together in Nigeria. People's ambition will sabotage whatever alliance they are trying to enter into. So I don't see alliance working in this country unless somebody is ready to sacrifice his own personal ambition for the good of all. And I'm not seeing that happen. See, are you going to ask Peter Obi to step down for Atiku, or Atiku to step out for Obi, if they form alliance, or focus on the rest? These are people that have a long time ambition, and they regardless of whatever happens, they still want to pursue their ambition, and that will not bring cohesion in the opposition. So already we are seeing a picture of APC being a lone ranger, a lone party, because they do everything in their power to suppress, to subdue all the opposition, and that's what we are seeing today. And as long as people hold on to their ambition, the opposition is dead.
All right, let's end this on a lighter note with Mr. and Mrs. this morning. And the first person speaking is Mrs. Mrs. says, whenever I remember how much men pay as bride price and the services we render, I think women should go on strike. Mr. says, for what? Minimum wage or minimum bride price?
I think it's men that should actually need to contest the bride price. Because if you are paying bride price, you are buying a commodity in the market. And if you buy a commodity, you own the commodity. And those traditional bride price should be faded out. And I know in part of the country there's it has become a symbolism. When you pay the bride price, you return back to them.
Yes.
You know, signify that hey, we're not selling their bride to you. I think the culture is involved. I think there should be involvement in culture in such a way that nothing talk about bride price, paying price, because bride price is like a price over the woman. And that may have purchasing your daughter in that way. So there should be involvement around that area. So there should be free entry to exit, in a way. So I want to marry you, I like you, and they come together. You can do all the ceremony, the ritual, and the rest, without the monetary value placed on them. And that's my own take on that, really. And there should be a convention that should be going on in our society today.
All right, thank you for joining us, Mr. Mariwa.
Thank you very much for having me today. Have a lovely day.
And you too. And this is where we have to draw the curtain. My name is Damlola Ogunshakin. Do want to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can also visit our website, www.vanguardengine.com, to get more of our top stories. Have a lovely Thursday.